Yeah, what's up guys? I am sitting here at a mooring ball. So obviously this engine swap story has a happy ending, but it didn't come without a little adversity. At the end of the last video, I mentioned how we got a new motor and we were ready to put it in the following morning. Well, the following morning, just before we started work, the engine builder, whose name is Angel, called us up and said, dude, it's never gonna work. He had taken the timing chain cover off the motor we had sent him, which we should have done arguably, and found out that there wasn't a timing chain, but there were gears, which meant that the motor that we gave him was counter-rotating. He built us a regular rotation motor. He said no problem, he agreed to fix it, apologized profusely. And well, I realized I had another day to just sit around. And while I was sitting there looking at this motor on my deck, I realized, you know, I should probably replace both motors. The time would never be better. The weather was cool. The boat was already on the hard. And thanks to the generosity from many people, some of whom I grew up with, there's a bunch of people that I've known forever who contributed. All you guys, thank you for your contributions. I hope to see you in person and shake all of your hands. And all the people that I don't know who have contributed. I was so blown away by it. But that enabled me to make the decision to switch both motors. And that's what I wound up doing. So in the rest of this video, I'm just going to give you highlights because you've already seen me pulling motors and putting them back in. Well, we haven't shown you putting them back in, but you'll see a little bit of that in this video. And I'll discuss more why it really was a blessing to have Angel looking out for me and giving me the incorrect motor at first. It's almost like he knew. So Angel, thanks man. There's no mistakes, only happy accidents. So we'll begin here with me doing dirty work. Thank the maker that you don't have to do it yourself, because this took forever. And then eventually we got to pulling the motor, the other motor. Inside of that was a big surprise. Alrighty, so this is the new motor. We were going to put the transmission on there, and then we realized this was not rotating correctly for the starboard side. So instead of taking this back and fixing it so that it is right for the starboard side, the decision has been made to use this one on the port side. Might as well replace both of them. So this has got to remain on the starboard side. So we're going to take the transmission out of there and put it on this one. A little bit of swapping to do. But here's a funny thing. I took the intake manifold off, and inside there's a lot of this goop. What would you say that is? Like a meringue or a chocolate mousse?
I'm gonna go with mousse.
Yeah?
I think it's more of the mousse.
Okay, whatever it is, it looks as though it's been whipped. Like, is it salty?
Kind of oily, actually.
Yeah, I bet. Too much butter, perhaps. So I don't know, but that looks like not good stuff. And here, look at this intake manifold gasket. Does that not look as though it's been, like, this is just junk that has fallen through the hatch onto the top of the motor? But look at the condition of that gasket. That's pretty nasty. It should look probably more like that, intact. Instead it looked like that. So there's a good chance that this motor had like terminal cancer and I didn't know it. I did see steam coming out of the exhaust port and we couldn't really figure out what was up with that. But this looks like it's a blessing in disguise. So it's all torn apart. All we have to do is pull it out of the hole, take that transmission, put it on this new motor, take that old motor.
Take two.
And
take two.
Get in.
Oh no.
Yeah, it is kind of take two.
Yeah, you know? Take two.
It's the motor swap part 2. Alrighty.
Something.
Up, see Daisy. She's flying. You say when? Not. Well, we could pivot. Pivot.
Go ahead and pivot.
Okay, I don't think it's gonna pivot anymore. You think?
Ever so slightly. There it goes. Very nice.
Okay.
You like
now,
it? You like that?
Yep.
Ooh, yeah,
from
like
this
that?
position.
Easy.
Actually.
When I nod my head, you hit it. Got it. Okay.
Stop.
It's starting to resist.
Yep.
Resistance is futile. Just let go. Say one.
Okay, one.
There it is. Over there. Hold it. Hold what you got.
That's it. Now you can cover your hole.
Is my hole showing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for God's sakes. Look at my dirty hole.
We may have to do the same thing about getting this up on that plywood.
So now the port motor was ready to be pulled out by the yard guys, dropped into Mike's truck, and then driven back to South Florida to our savior engine builder, Angel. I might just say nice to see you again. Dude.
How you doing? Nice to meet you. How are you?
We're back.
You're back.
It was getting to the point where Mike and I could crank these motors out pretty quick. See what I did there? Oh, never mind. What was cool about this particular trip to pick up the second motor is that Mike and I were able to take a time out and drive through Hallandale, Florida, which is a really cool city, parked right on the Atlantic Ocean.
That's in the
Water that way? ICW. There it is. Look at us, we're like tourists. We didn't stay long though, because we had work to do.
I see the ocean.
Beach area. Right by the beach. Let's get the big old hat. Yeah, piece of cake. Yeah, we've done this before.
M&M's engine removal. Get your engine changed today. What's that?
Note that this engine doesn't have a timing chain. It's got gears, which is the dead giveaway that this motor is meant to turn in a counterclockwise direction. That's important for our boats because one propeller goes one way and one propeller goes the other. Makes for better steerage and a more balanced system for a boat with two motors. Mike talked about doing a more technical version of this video, so if you want more details, you can go to his channel. As for the oil lines that caused the demise of the first motor, I went to Napa to fix it. This is Haley. She's making me up some hydraulic lines, which are not going to fail like the last ones did.
First.
These are rated 4,500 pounds. She made it look like she had done it before.
Oh, it's easy.
This should help ensure that the motors that were bought with the help of my subscribers don't succumb to the same fate as the old one. Oh yeah, look at that. Now we're cooking with gas. So the next few days, a whole bunch of mechanicking went on. The front and the bottom end of the motors got put back together and then lowered into place.
Without too much pressure. It's probably got,
That's the proper way to do it?
I think.
Very nice oil pan. And ready?
We're close.
Now, if you want to go down there and be like positioning the transmission, you know what I mean? Like you're holding it going, yeah.
Yeah, push here, pull there,
It might work.
pinch there. Ow, get up.
Just keep the nubbies out of the...
My nubbies.
Down. Up.
What's that? I can't hear you. What'd you say?
All right,
Yep.
just a couple inches.
Yep. Then it can go forward.
Aye. Ay, my God.
One more inch.
There it is.
All right,
Oh, she wants to
Coming
be
down.
home right now.
coming down.
The coupler's touching. Oh, so nice.
The back, are they lined up?
No, but when the front goes down,
Okay.
it should push forward slightly.
It's going forward, yep. Now we just gotta line up them holes. Alright.
Pam is at bare 30 yet.
Oh, we still got one more of these to do now. Calm down.
Okay, coming down.
Mike and I got the intake manifold put on. One motor at least. I wound up doing the other one myself. He had done this before though, and I had never done it, so it was nice to see it done by somebody with a little more experience than me.
Yeah, it would help. Come here.
After that, I got the carburetor on, put an oil filter in, filled it with oil. And then with a little help from my friend Leverage and Ratchet Strap, I got the heavy exhaust manifolds and risers on by myself while Mike was away for a few days. I got both motors very close to being ready enough to get Katie back in the water. There's nothing else I can do. So they're gonna pick me up in about 15 minutes and drop us in the water. Tomorrow morning we'll put the distributors on and we'll hope for the best. Got very cool toys. I can't recommend Glades enough. There's the dogs and myself wearing leis. A gift from Danielle, probably the coolest boat yard manager that I've ever met. If you ever get the chance to go by there, tell them Marty said hi. Although I haven't been cruising for years and years, it's quickly becoming evident that that's just the cruiser's life. You go to a new place, you make some friends, and unfortunately it's time to go. Just like that. Well, after the boat gets put in the water, we'll see if the motors run, and then it'll be time to go. There'll be more about that in the next video.